Angel's name so the FDA hears it. 1, 2, 3. That'll get their attention. All right, now I'm going to begin with, I had to make notes because I'll forget things, so bear with me. In 2002, my daughter Jill was prescribed OxyContin and died. I went on a journey for Jill to learn everything I could about the maker of OxyContin, Purdue Pharma. Yes, boo. I researched Purdue Pharma before work, during work, and after work. And when I was convinced that this $10 billion pharmaceutical company marketed OxyContin criminally, minimizing the dangers of the drug, I went on a mission. I could tell you 100 stories of what I have learned about the word evil in the past 12 years, and it is evil. I know I'm limited in time, so I'm going to tell you some things I have learned about the corruption of pharma and their partners in crime, the FDA. What I learned about OxyContin put me on a path to someone called J. David Haddock. I called him the gatekeeper at Purdue Pharma. He was the senior medical director at the corporation. In 1996, the American Academy of Pain Medicine and the American Pain Society issued a set of guidelines for the use of opioids in this country. These guidelines are referenced as the consensus statement. This is to give you a history of how this all happened. The statement leaned toward a more liberal use of opioids in this country. This consensus statement was produced by a task force headed by Haddock, former president of the American Academy of Pain Medicine. It was corrupt back then, and it leads to the front door of the FDA. He convinced the medical profession that if their patients were exhibiting signs of addiction, don't you fret now, it's not addiction, it's pseudo-addiction. Give them more opioids. And the sheer, backing this up. They also, Purdue Pharma also set up pain societies and pain foundations. And they recruited physicians, who I call the bad docs, to write about minimizing the dangers of narcotics, painkillers, opioids. Those doctors that I write about are Lynn Webster, MD, Scott Fishman, MD, Perry Fine, MD, and of course, J. David Haddock, MD. In their sheer arrogance and narcissism, these docs were stupid enough to write books. All their lies are memorialized in these books. So they can't deny that they didn't say something because it's in these books, okay? This book by Fishman was sent to the Federation of Medical Boards in the whole country and in Canada, and they were told, this is how you prescribe opioids. This is the Holy Grail. It isn't. He minimizes addiction. I have to move on because I'm getting a signal here. There was a big outcry about Zohydro. We all know that. This drug should never, ever have been approved. Okay, there's no abuse deterrent built into it. This is what my buddy Bob Rappaport at the FDA, the head of the painkiller division and analgesics, said. If and when Purdue or another manufacturer is able to create an abuse deterrent formula, which they are, the FDA is going to give serious consideration to assuring that any non-abuse deterrent formulas are removed from the market. Too little, too late. They already did it. So this is what I say to Dr. Rappaport. No, Dr. Rappaport, you and your boss, Margaret Pamberg, have to go.
Yeah.
Because you have your hands in the pockets of pharma and have no concern for the loss of life in the tens of thousands to addiction and death in this country. So what can you do when you return home? This isn't over, guys, okay? You find out the email addresses, the phone numbers, anything, the text message, anything you can, and be parked at the doorsteps of your congressmen, of your senators, of your attorney generals. And every week you call them and say, remember me? Do you want to be reelected? What are you going to do? Don't wait for a rally next year. Get out there now and let them know you are not putting up with this anymore.
Go, Marianne.
It's over.